In May 2009, the NBA was captivated by LeBron James's dominance in Cleveland. But nearly 2,000 miles away, something much more primal was taking place in the thin Denver air. The Western Conference Finals weren't just another playoff series. They became a war zone. It wasn't just the Lakers against the Nuggets. It was Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony, two Olympic teammates, two future Hall of Famers, two predators circling the same prey, colliding on basketball's biggest stage. This was basketball stripped of politeness, stripped of smiles and endorsements. This was basketball turned into blood sport. The rivalry didn't begin with the tip-off of Game 1. It began with years of quiet respect and unspoken tension. In 2008, Kobe and Melo had been teammates on Team USA's Redeem team, forging a bond in Beijing as they fought side by side for Olympic gold. But if friendship was built in that summer, the playoffs burned it away. Carmelo Anthony would later admit that their closeness didn't come from soft moments of camaraderie, but from something darker: trash talk, elbows, the kind of disrespect that forges competitors, not brothers. "You know, Kobe," Melo recalled, "he's going at your neck, saying stuff to you, elbowing you, touching your head, trying to get inside you." It was disrespect, but it was also the purest form of respect, because Kobe only went at the ones he believed were worthy. Game 1 at Staples Center was supposed to be routine. The Lakers had swept through the first 2 rounds and looked unstoppable. Kobe was averaging over 30 a game and had his eyes set on redemption after losing to the Celtics in the finals the year before. On the other side, the Nuggets weren't expected to stand a chance. Carmelo had silenced some critics with a strong playoff run, but few believed Denver had the pedigree to truly challenge the Lakers. Yet what happened on May 19th wasn't just a basketball game, it was a declaration of war. Kobe opened the series like only Kobe could. Aggressive, surgical, ruthless. He dropped 40 points on 16 of 31 shooting, every bucket a reminder of why he was the most feared closer in the game. But to everyone's shock, Carmelo Anthony didn't back down. He stood toe-to-toe, pouring in 39 points on 15 of 24 shooting. Every time Kobe struck, every time the Lakers tried to surge ahead, Melo clawed them back. Charles Barkley, calling the game, put it best: "Carmelo's not just talented, he's fearless." That's what you need against Kobe. The Lakers escaped with a narrow 105-103 win, but the tone had shifted. This wasn't going to be the coronation of Kobe Bryant. This was going to be a blood feud. If Game 1 was about firepower, Game 2 was about psychology. Before tip-off, Kobe embraced Melo and whispered 2 simple words: "It's war." The gamesmanship was as fierce as the play itself. Kobe attacked relentlessly, scoring 49 points on the road, but Carmelo matched him with 34 points and 10 rebounds, refusing to blink. Kenyon Martin, Melo's teammate, later revealed, "Kobe said some things before that game I can't repeat on TV, but Melo just smiled. He said, 'I've been ready.' It was more than just basketball now. It was a clash of wills. Magic." Johnson described it perfectly afterward. 2 killers going at each other, no regard for friendship, no regard for anything but winning. The Lakers took a 2-0 lead, but the narrative was changing. This wasn't David versus Goliath anymore. This was Ali versus Frazier. When the series moved to Denver for Game 3, the altitude wasn't the only thing rising. The Nuggets, counted out before the series began, found their heartbeat in Carmelo Anthony. From the opening tip, he was electric. 15 first-quarter points on a perfect 6-for-6 shooting, 27 by halftime. He wasn't just scoring, he was declaring himself worthy of the spotlight. Reggie Miller, watching courtside, said he had never seen Melo play with such controlled fury. It wasn't about highlight dunks or flashy crossovers. It was about sending a message: "I belong here." But Phil Jackson wasn't rattled. The Zen master sat calmly on the bench, poker-faced, calculating. He knew something about Kobe that even Melo was about to learn. Great players put up numbers. Champions elevate everyone around them. Kobe still scored 28, but he turned the game into a showcase of team basketball. Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, and Derek Fisher all stepped up, guided by Kobe's steady hand. Wow. Nuggets won that night, 103-97, but Kobe's shift from assassin to conductor hinted at what was to come. Game 4 was the moment Kobe fully reminded the world who he was. Down 15 in the third quarter, in the loud, suffocating Pepsi Center, Kobe didn't just play harder, he transcended. He poured in 18 points in the third alone, finishing with 43 for the game. Shaquille O'Neal would later say, "That's not just talent, that's championship DNA." Melo played well, 22 in the first half, but when the game demanded someone to seize destiny, it was Kobe who answered. The Lakers tied the series 2-2, and Denver's belief began to crack. Still, Carmelo had one more masterpiece left in him. Game 5 in Los Angeles was perhaps his greatest playoff performance. In front of a hostile crowd with his season on the line, Melo scored 38 points, grabbed 13 rebounds, and dished out 5 assists. Most importantly, he did it with ice in his veins. With under a minute left, Kobe hit a classic fadeaway to give the Lakers a 2-point lead. Melo responded by burying a step-back 3 over Derek Fisher with 18 seconds remaining, a shot Paul Pierce later called pure disrespect. Denver stole the game, and the series went back to the Mile High City tied 3-2. For one night, Carmelo Anthony looked Kobe Bryant in the eye and said, "I'm not afraid." But championship pedigree is built for moments like Game 6. With the Nuggets surging, with Carmelo scoring 35 through 3 quarters, the Lakers leaned on Kobe to finish the job. And finish he did. The final 5 minutes of that game became a masterclass in championship basketball. Phil Jackson adjusted, his defense throwing doubles and triples at Melo, making him fight through walls just to get a shot off. Meanwhile, Kobe orchestrated every possession with precision. Fadeaways, free throws, and clutch decisions that broke Denver's spirit. When the buzzer sounded, Kobe had 35 points, the Lakers had a 119-92 victory, and Denver's dream had evaporated. Kobe walked off the floor with his eyes fixed on the finals. He would go on to defeat Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic in 5 games, claiming his 4th championship and silencing anyone who doubted his ability to win without Shaq. But the story of the 2009 Western Conference Finals wasn't just about Kobe's redemption. It was also about Carmelo Anthony's respect. He averaged over 27 points per game in the series, battling toe-to-toe with the fiercest competitor of his generation. Dwayne Wade would later remind people, he went toe-to-toe with prime Kobe Bryant and never blinked. That's legendary. Melo may not have advanced to the finals, but for 6 games in May, he stood on the same mountain as Kobe, and he belonged. Looking back, that series was bigger than basketball. It wasn't just about rings or stats. It was about 2 alphas colliding, forcing each other to reveal the deepest parts of their competitive souls. Kobe got his ring, Melo got his validation, and fans were treated to one of the fiercest duels the playoffs have ever seen. As Carmelo would later reflect, "Kobe's going at your neck." But that's what makes it great. That's when I knew this is respect. Because when legends collide, nobody really loses. What remains is the memory of greatness pushing greatness, the kind of battles that define not just careers, but eras. And in 2009, under the bright lights of Los Angeles and the thin air of Denver, the NBA witnessed one of those timeless wars. Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony didn't just play basketball. They went for each other's throats. And in the process, they gave us a series that will never be forgotten. And now it's your turn. What do you remember most about the Kobe versus Melo showdown in 2009? Do you think Carmelo deserved more credit for how he battled against Kobe in his prime? And where does that series rank among the greatest playoff duels in NBA history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next deep dive into the legends of the game.